But her explanation of that statement is just a random string of words that mean absolutely nothing relating to her claims. This whole accusation is a poorly constructed attempt at shock value that only serves to make me feel shocked that people can have such a non existent grasp on self awareness. You accuse innocent content creators of some sort of inappropriate contact with minors, allegations which were completely pulled out of their asses, by the way, but they have no problem with Casper the way too friendly with teenagers ghost.
I mean, people were making money off my name.
Hold on. You guys are getting paid for this? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the internet where your cesspool is my jacuzzi. My name is Lauren Neidigh, and I'm back today to talk about Lily Jean, the influencer who allegedly faked her whole career. Now, I talked a little bit about this before and some of the odd things that Lily Jean and her mother, who is also her manager, have done and how they've attacked various content creators and harassed people online. And then I started to go over her self proclaimed documentary called Project Bullish. Lily Jean and her mother have doxed people, called the police, abused false copyright claims, and slandered creators by alleging they're part of some elaborate, years long cyberbullying plot against her. They have allegedly involved the FBI, the NYPD, um, some sort of cybersecurity agency in Australia. I mean, it goes on and on. Now, this documentary was pretty long. It was over an hour of her and her mom just talking. They were just talking heads going back and forth. They put some screenshots of stuff that didn't actually really relate to what they were saying a lot of the time all across the screen. So there was a lot to unpack there, and I couldn't get through all of it in one sitting. So, for those who don't know me yet, my name is Lauren Neidigh. I'm a psychiatric evaluator working in an emergency room. I'm not a licensed physician, and none of the statements made in this video should be taken as medical advice. But like I said before, if you're looking at me for medical advice, I don't like your chances. This video is based on my personal opinions, which do not reflect the views of my employers, but may reflect a lot of common sense. So now I'm going to take a look at the rest of Project Bullyish and see what we can find out. So last time I pointed out that they were saying this documentary was somehow like winning awards, and I honestly don't know who the audience is or what awards they would have won. So when I went back to watch the rest of this documentary, I saw in the corner of the cover photo something about Humro Cinema Film Fest. So I decided to take a look at their website. There were a couple of things that stuck out to me as weird here. First of all, was that they keep saying Hamro when it's Humro. Uh, what? There's another place here where they said it too. And then here, Humoro Film Fest, like on these reviews. I'm like, dude, like, which one is it? Humro, Humoro, Hamro? Like, what's going on here? So, continuing with a recap of Project Bullyish, remember to keep this in mind. If you watch this documentary, pay close attention to the screenshots they're using. Many of them don't support the claims that they're making at the time, and a lot of them are carefully cropped screenshots that, in my opinion, very likely came from Lily Jean and Lore themselves. We already know they've allegedly faked Lily Jean's following of over 1 million. We know they spend what seems to be all of their time looking and scouring the internet for comments and sites that talk about Lily Jean. If Lily Jean and her mother have created or purchased accounts to boost Lily Jean's following and engagement, I think it's very possible they've been making threatening accounts to give some sort of misguided credibility to their claims that others are harassing them. One of the things that comes up in this documentary is her cover girl billboard, where she alleges that people were saying that she was faking it, it wasn't real or whatever. So the issue is not that it wasn't real, because she apparently she really did show up on the billboard in Times Square, but it's that she was passing it off in a way that was a little bit dishonest. Same with one of her, brand endorsements where she went to a lipstick store where anybody can design their own lipstick, and she kind of tried to pass it off and make it look like she had a deal with them when really she was just another paying customer who went in to make their lipstick, and they were not sponsoring that at all. So this thing with CoverGirl and the billboard, it's part of a campaign to make like makeup and testing cruelty free. So this campaign is against animal testing. That's a great cause. But here's the problem. This wasn't some sort of campaign that was sponsoring or endorsing Lily Jean. She didn't end up there as a product of her work or as an influencer. This was called a signature selfie. CoverGirl encouraged people to take selfies of themselves with this hashtag for their campaign. And then they showed those photos on the billboard in Times Square. So this wasn't some historic career moment for Lily Jean. She just, like several other people, took a photo of herself with that hashtag and she ended up on the billboard. So, yes, the billboard is real. But no, I don't think it means what she was trying to say it meant, you know? All right, so they go off complaining about this person called BFFDs. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a play on D's nuts or something, but anyways, they're really upset about this, and it was kind of like hard to listen to this grown woman and her adult daughter talking about BFFDs the entire time. I'm like, this sounds so juvenile, but okay, let's keep going.
They're literally documenting every living second of my life.
Okay, you say that, but then based on your actual behavior, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on in your life, so maybe it's not very hard documenting every second. Laura starts complaining the police won't help them, saying no crime has really been committed. Well, that seems true. Laura's upset that people online are putting up personal papers, but these appear to actually be public records. Laura makes the accusations that these are deep fakes. However, anyone could go look these things up and see that they are real. Unless public government agencies and that type of organization, they're also producing deep fakes on this wildly irrelevant person. What? Laura says people are making videos about ridiculous threats and stories that don't exist. But quite frankly, that seems to be an accurate description of this very documentary. She says that she and Lily Jean are isolated and alone, and nobody wants to hear their side. But how could that be true if Lily Jean really had a platform of over 1 million followers? Laura is now complaining that her favorite stalker D's Nuts is being silent, which makes total sense, right? Laura says this person is so psychotically influencing what's going on. Sorry, I don't think you know what psychotic means. Next, Lily Jean and her mother make some bizarre and totally random claims of children getting involved, but her explanation of that statement is just a random string of words that mean absolutely nothing relating to her claims. This whole accusation is a poorly constructed attempt at shock value that only serves to make me feel shocked that people can have such a non existent grasp on self awareness.
And children are getting more and more involved because.
Alright, so here's the big shocking reveal on how children became involved, and it'll make total sense.
Hey, nobody wants to know a racist, nobody wants to know a transphobe, but we are none of these things.
What in the absolute fuck does that have to do with anything? I mean, look at it. Like the visuals on the screen, the claims about children, and then the direct statement explaining their claims about the children being involved have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Like, what? Children became more and more involved because nobody wants to know a racist. While that may be true, what the fuck does that have to do with the children? They say people use Lily Jean as a metaphoric punching bag. If they had a bad day, they take it out on her. But that's just not true. There's a big difference between what they're describing and what's actually happening, because what's actually happening is people are tired of this shit and they're just talking about the facts of the situation. They're exposing what actually happened. These are public discussions. It's not a bullying campaign. Here she's saying other people prevent her from getting a job by slaughtering her name.
People use me as a metaphoric punching bag. If they had a bad day, go on that black website and you'll feel better.
Lily Jean, I'm gonna need you to stop saying black websites. It is just not getting your point across the way that you want it to.
They would use my full name, Lily Jean Truman, so that if I ever wanted to get employment, I can, because my name is slaughtered. Just slaughtered.
No. You have presented yourself to the public as a public figure with a significant following. Whether it's fake or not, you have presented yourself as a successful, award-winning influencer and actress. If someone decides to talk about you and uses your name, that's part of the lifestyle. And I hate when she says they're literally slaughtering her name. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? They cut through the name on the birthday cake? Is that what we're talking about? Because that's the closest thing to what you're actually accusing people of. Again, they go on and say this horrible person, D's Nuts, making YouTube videos, is doing this to a child. Here's the thing about that. They're showing screenshots from things posted in the year 2020 when Lily Jean was a 100% full-blown legal adult. So here's yet another example of them trying to exploit real-world issues involving children to create some shock value and hopefully get people on their side. They claim D's Nuts is now having cult members comment on and support videos that are criticizing Lily Jean. This, again, is apparently done to isolate her. But really, what are you even talking about? If you have your own life, friends, and family, you have no reason to feel isolated. Like, isolated from what? A bunch of alleged trolls? Hell yeah! Isolate me up, baby! Nobody needs that. Just walk away from the computer. Why would you want to be around that? Probably because it isn't real and it's getting you attention. Which honestly maybe isn't even worth people's breath if it's not hurting anybody, but you have gone so far as to attack other people. So now it has to be a bigger deal. Listen to this creepy organ music playing in the background. What the fuck?
She has created a fictitious world, her own world, where all these people are her fictitious characters that help her out. They all have tasks, remember.
So she's claiming that this random D's nuts person is the person behind this, that there couldn't possibly just be multiple people who feel negatively about her and her daughter's actions. But the thing is, she's literally describing here what she and her daughter have been accused of. So it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black.
They're taking her videos and they're cutting it up and using it in their own videos.
That's awkward.
Now we go from cyber trolling to criminal action.
She goes on to mention grooming, and she's complaining that people are talking about grooming. So she shows screenshots of someone pointing out that her alleged boyfriend was somewhere in his 20s, and she was 14 when they were supposedly dating because they had been in a 5-year relationship or some shit like that. She's upset about this, but she accuses others of inappropriate behavior with minors because some kids might follow their gaming channels and discords. Shut the fuck up. She and her mother are sitting here claiming everyone is wrong for talking about a child, even though Lily was absolutely of adult age. Yet they're not upset about a 20-something grown man dating a 14-year-old. I noticed they didn't care to explain that one. Laura goes on to say that people don't even know what Lily's boyfriend looks like. Okay, but they know his alleged age. She and her mother once again vindicate themselves of any responsibility to provide a rational explanation for whatever the fuck they are saying. I'm sensing a pattern here. Laura again fails to address the age thing. She's upset there are videos accusing the fake boyfriend of grooming Lily Jean. Why aren't you more upset that some douche was apparently violating your teenage daughter as a minor? You've accused random people of being inappropriate for talking about her antics as an adult, but this you're cool with? You accuse innocent content creators of some sort of inappropriate contact with minors, allegations which were completely pulled out of their asses, by the way, but they have no problem with Casper, the way too friendly with teenagers ghost? Where is this guy? Is he Canadian? Does he go to a different school? So then they get upset because people are making fun of what is probably a fake boyfriend online.
I don't even think half these people, or even 3/4 of these people, know why they're there. They're just having a good time. And then they go to school or they go to work.
I feel like a lot of their problems would just go away if they tried doing that themselves. Sometime after that, Laura claims the police have a file on Lily Jean's supposed haters. The thing is, they probably just made several reports to the police, many of which have been probably untrue or unwarranted. All of a sudden, they have a stack of papers from police reports they made. That does not mean there's actually any crimes being committed or any investigations into the claims being made. Laura herself said earlier in this documentary that the police told them there didn't appear to be any crime. So now they start talking more about the swatting. Laura claims a swatting has happened because someone called the police. She says the police were called due to concerns that Lily Jean has committed suicide. First of all, that's still not what swatting is. Second, we don't know that the person actually said Lily Jean offed herself because Laura has no credibility. And before this alleged swatting, Lily Jean was allegedly making claims and statements that would lead a reasonable person to feel concerned and make a report in good faith.
A swatting tip is called into the police, and the police are told that Lily Jean has committed suicide. So I have 8 cops at my house. My husband's disabled. We are very anxious because at 12 midnight, you've got 8 cops all over the house, banging on the doors, banging on the windows because they don't know what's happening.
Laura then goes on to say people who don't like Lily Jean even call themselves cultists, blah, blah, blah. I feel almost certain that they're doing that to make fun of Laura and Lily Jean in response to some wild accusations of these people being a cult. No one is in a cult the way Laura has described, in my opinion.
We were swatted again that I was somebody in a wheelchair, disabled, without medication, and basically that I'm being neglected and I'm dying again.
Okay, so clearly there's some stuff that's being left out here because this doesn't even make any sense out of the blue. Adult Protective Services, I doubt they would be, involved or continuously involved if nothing was going on. So somebody explain to me what was going on here in the comments if you can. I just feel like there's a lot of missing context here. Just like there was when they claimed they were swatted because of a wellness check, they failed to mention that she had been making some pretty serious threats. Laura then says she's afraid someone is going to shoot her because someone on the internet says Lily Jean has a punchable face. Is that a nice thing to say? No. But again, These two things are not related. Lore says they're working on Project Bullish here to stop this kind of thing from happening in the future. They want Lily's Law passed. She says this needs to be a federal law. What the fuck is Lily's Law? The parameters of such a thing would be erratic. It is unlawful for children to watch a streamer play video games, but anyone over the age of 20 is fine dating a 14-year-old. More screenshots are shown of people clearly being humorous and sarcastic, such as someone saying, "Shall we start a crusade when I get back?"
Somebody has formed a cult to take down Lily Jean. Her words, not mine. She has children who she gave a document to have a crusade to take down Lily Jean.
I find this extremely unconvincing. People are just reacting to the shitty things Lore and Lily Jean have accused them of by making fun of them. That is legal. Now, Lily Jean and Lore are complaining about people who have made content regarding Lily Jean, who supposedly is a public figure with more than 1 million followers.
And people saying like, oh, haha, I'm gonna go to Vegas on her name with this video. What the hell? I mean, people were making money off my name.
Hold on. You guys are getting paid for this? I've got probably 4 channel members and 14 loyal viewers, and I will make $0 from this. I'm just choosing to exercise my right to freedom of speech to point out when somebody's being a bitch, and I do that for free. Hold on. She says somebody's making $300. Who is making $300? I must be doing this wrong. Is this like a seance type of thing? Lily Jean, Lily Jean, Lily Jean. Holy shit, I'm still in debt. They're talking about some comments that other people allegedly made about Lily Jean on her wiki page or something. And she says some things here that I just can't take seriously, like,
every minute of the day, Lily Jean's name is PP.
Call the Cyberterrorism unit. Call Interpol, for fuck's sake. We need everybody on this. Lily Jean calls people cyber terrorists because they are tagging the public profile of a public agency, the police department. Clear terrorism. She says, who are they to say my stuff is bad? I don't know. Audience members and living, breathing citizens who have a right to a personal opinion? She then goes on rambling about anti-Semitism and stuff like that, and I'm just like not even going to justify that with an explanation because it's such bullshit. Then we have some more dramatic music with screenshots popping up left and right, and I try to be reasonable, so I'll say that a lot of the stuff being posted was pretty bad, and I would never think that was okay. I would encourage everybody not to say shit like that, but again, I just have no reason to believe they aren't manipulating this themselves, and I have no reason to believe they haven't posted many of these themselves. At one point, they say the DA reached out to them. The DA did not reach out to you. This screenshot here clearly gives a response to you reaching out, and the DA did not write this. Someone else did. Lore is now claiming someone committed identity theft because they sent a glitter bomb to them. I guess she thinks because they put her information in the recipient portion, they stole her identity. That's not how that works, bro. They didn't use your credit card info, they paid for it. Should someone be sending them glitter bombs? No. No, I don't think that will accomplish anything good, but again, they very well could have sent it to themselves. They start talking about how this glitter bomb would maybe kill somebody by giving them a heart attack. Alright, lady. Whatever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Somebody sent... they sent a moaning card, and it's like non-stop moaning, like you can't make it stop. And it says, Happy Valentine's Day, love Phoebe. And Phoebe, I guess, was the alleged old boyfriend. I don't know, man. He's probably back in Canada by now. Okay, hold on. They haven't even received the package. They know it's on the way. So Lore says someone could die as a result of this glitter bomb because they might have a heart attack. But they know they're getting a glitter bomb. Something doesn't smell right here. Now they start talking about how Lily Jean's situation is like globally important. And how this is now a federal case because it's happening across the globe. Like, do you know what federal means?
This is a global effort, what was done to me. People might sit there and go, what? Tons of videos being made on me from all over the globe. They all go in one group chat. No, this is global. Globally, people are using resources on a state level.
All right. First of all, what? Second, the only misuse of global resources I can think of in this case is when you keep making reports to agencies outside of this country. So the moral of this story is that Lily Jean and her mom want it to be a federal crime for people to say things they don't like on the internet. So throughout this over 1 hour of them accusing random people of being criminals, except for the grown man who allegedly slept with her teenage daughter. Somebody help me out with that logic. it's pretty readily apparent that this all serves as a distraction from the shitty things they've actually done. Just the way they like speed show screenshots on the screen. If you don't pause and watch, you don't see that they're actually like contradicting themselves a bunch of times. Why someone would call this a documentary, I don't know. This is like a bad vlog. But anyways, I watched it so you don't have to. And now you know what Project Bullyish is. I'll probably be back on this topic another time just to talk about some of the harassment and false claims and abuse of copyright that has come from their end against creators. But like I said, this was a lot. So I got to take a little break from these people. As far as the bullying and all that goes, I have no interest in bullying Lily Jean. I have no interest in speaking to her or her mother. Why would I do that? The only thing that matters to me is that she stops hurting other people. And frankly, I've begun to wonder, could Lily Jean have a normal life if her mother wasn't doing this? Started to feel a little bad for her. But not that bad, because the stuff she's done is still shitty, and she still needs to be held accountable for that. Alright guys, thank you for the continued support. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.